Okay, here I am again. So, as we look at our secrets, I just want to quickly look through some of the secrets that we've looked about at heaven, because we've looked at it a lot, but we've learned about heaven that it is a real place and that it is amazing. But there are parties and that God and the angels celebrate whenever someone believes in Jesus. We know that God will bless us for everything that we've done, and that heaven is worth giving up everything that we have. In heaven there will be no pain or suffering, and Jesus is going to bring us there, and it's gonna be amazing. So it's all well and good to talk about heaven, Aaron, but what does this have to do with me and my life now? Excellent question. So as we're thinking about heaven, I think that we need to think about heaven because this is the reason why we tell others about Jesus, and that's a missionary. But we tell others about Jesus because that was what God called us to do, but because heaven is the answer, is the ultimate. It's where. Let me start at the beginning. A very good place to start. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and He created Adam and Eve, the first man and woman. But unfortunately, they didn't follow His plan. What did they do? Yes, that's right. They ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And because of that, sin was entered into the world. And that separated us from God. But God didn't want the story to end there. He was like, no way. I love those two and I love those people. I want to save them. So He sent His Son. He sent His Son, God, Jesus Christ, to this earth so that for anyone that would believe in Him would be able to go to heaven and be with Him forever. So that's really what the ending. Like when everything else fades away, heaven will still be there forever. And if we believe in Him, we'll be there with Him forever. So the reason why we tell others about heaven is because that's the end of the story, end of our story, and that we want as many people to be there as possible. So we share with others about what heaven is because that's the answer. There'll be no pain, no suffering. Like you turn on the TV or anything, you can't help but see suffering and pain in the world right now. But in heaven, there will be no suffering. There'll be no pain. And for those that believe in Jesus, we'll be there together forever. And so there are two last thoughts that I wanted to leave you with about heaven. The first, and this is my favorite verse about heaven, it's 1 Corinthians 13:12. For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I have been fully known. What that means is that when we look at a reflection, we may think we see something, but it's not the real thing. Just like you're looking at an image of me, but it's not really me there with you. But just imagine like we were looking at a video of heaven, and that's just how it. But we can only see a little bit of a glimpse of what it might be like. But it is so amazing, so wonderful that we will never be able to see it until we turn off the screen and are there in heaven and we can see it for our own eyes. And that's what it's going to be like. We'll never know how amazing it is until we're there. And it really will be amazing. We'll get to see those that we love, no physical pain, and we'll be with Jesus forever and ever. And the last quote I want to give you is from the Chronicles of Narnia, The Last Battle. In this story, in the very end of the story, the characters go to heaven. And C.S. Lewis writes in a very great way, just explains what heaven is and like how it keeps going on and on better than anything else I could ever think about.